What's up, Airsofters? Dragon here, Arkansas Combat Simulations, ACS TV, Sniper Ops USA. Let me scoot these over just a tad bit here. Longbow BBs, got them in. I was out here using the shorty SBD to shoot. Kind of amazed. I'm not going to say it's the BB per se. Really great quality BBs. I haven't found any defects with them. Nothing bad, nothing major, no seams, good polish. They sail out just fine. I got a little bit of a breeze, so I was getting a little bit at the tag end of a curvature on some shots. Other shots I'm not. But the hop-up unit in my SVD isn't spectacular. It is not the best in the world. It is it's comparing an apple to a watermelon in comparison to, say, a VSR-10 or L96 hop unit, especially ones that can be R-hopped or adjusted. So I got a lot of variations at longer distances where my accuracy probably isn't good, but 400 feet of flat hop trajectory, not over hop, not an arching, but flat out from where I'm shooting right here. And this is located with a rangefinder and by measuring with yard tape out to the ditch line that I'm shooting at is 420 feet. I am making the BB over the ditch through that shooting lane almost every shot. Occasionally I have one drop down and hit the back side of the bank on it. 420 feet to that bank top down there on a flat trajectory at 450 FPS. Not 500, not 550 FPS, 450 FPS DMR velocity on this crappy hop. I'm amazed. I really am. Now, I'm going to grab the elders here in a little bit and see if I get the kind of the same results with it, which I suspect that I'm going to. The .40s, .43s, and .45s are doing just about the same. The .40s don't quite, I can tell, start their drop a little bit sooner, but they're still going past that 400 feet mark. Now, accuracy-wise, I can't test that correctly. It's not going to be accurate with my SVD at that distance. If there was a person there, duck down, stationary, not moving, it may take me 8 to 10 shots with this SVD to actually get it on target on them. That gives a lot of time and a lot of wiggle room for a guy to move out of the way or go somewhere else at that distance. I can't wait to get my VSR-10 project finished or get another bolt action where I have a better hop system in it to be able to test that distance plus accuracy ratio. But anyways, I was like, my little SVD is shooting 400 feet plus on a flat hop trajectory, not an arched hop. I am not Robin Hood shooting it in there. I have no idea. And I'm losing sight of most of these BBs beyond that point because it hits the tree line back there, goes in the shadows, keeps going. I don't see where they're dropping off. I was like, wow, this little sucker is, or at least it does better than what I expected. I'll give it that much. But anyways, that's not the purpose of this vlog. I did want to showcase the longbows. They are worth the wait. They are worth the price of them. The price isn't too bad. For the type of BB in the same type of category is pretty good actually for 1,000 count bottles. Quality is very good with them. I have not found any blemishes, none of that stuff. I haven't found any bad things like other people have posted about or even asked me questions on in the batches that I have, at least. That is pretty good. I think they're still doing promotion on shipping over here to the United States. So, you know, guys, take advantage of it if you can, if you want to. I'll be getting some more and kind of carrying on myself or, selling back to players or whatever. I'm not really retailing, but it's like I'll just get my money back for them and let guys have some good BBs. I also have another go-to brand of BBs, which will be the Elder BBs. I'm not sponsored by Elders, but I think for the quality and quantity that you get in the Elders is pretty phenomenal, and they're U.S. based, so there's not a lot of shipping weights with those. But all that being said, purpose of this vlog is, okay, Sniper Ops USA question. One guy, since I included alpha stage and beta stage within phase one of Sniper Ops, if you don't know what's going on there, you can look on the pages, look what I posted, kind of catch up on information. But in the beta stage where we include DMR, I limited ammo, I limited magazine capacity. I did so to curb overshooting and trigger spam aspects. It's not, and I didn't find a reason to right now limit the bolt action ammo capacity or mag capacity, because they're apples and watermelons in comparison as far as like shooting dynamics go. And that's not set in stone. That is just what we're going to start with. I might adjust or have to adjust. We're going to have to play it this way to see what it's going to do in order to make adjustments for it. It may not be a big deal. It might. But, I mean, everybody has enough ammo for a regular play day of phase one Sniper Ops play within that ammo magazine restriction that they're going to not run out of BBs. Okay? Unless they're just shooting way off or having a bad day or just missing continuously, they're not going to need that much ammo to begin with. I don't believe. I don't believe that anyways. But if we have to adjust it, we will adjust it. It's not a huge big ordeal. Please don't be discouraged or think that I'm just like, putting a noose on everybody. All right. That being said, Sniper Ops is still a go. It's still on the table. I will be doing it all the time, all year long. It is the thing that I'm going to focus on the most doing. But I got reminded of something. An event that I went and played in twice. I didn't do the full experience either time, mostly because I was aggravated. The first one I paid full price for, but I only wound up staying like 4 days. The second time I just went in as a walk-on player, and that wasn't the greatest way to experience that at all. But East Wind was a week long, or I say week long, I think it was actually like 6 days of play, roughly around in there. I don't remember right offhand, was it 6 or 9? But anyways, it was a week long, pretty much a week-long event, and you were in game from start to finish. That means that you ate in the game verse, you slept in the game verse, you set up guards, you set up patrols, you said, all right, there's a lot to it. And it was probably the absolute most milsim event I had ever been to whatsoever. And I got that experience. I got a lot of fun out of it, actually. There was things and issues because it was early Cold War era that I had major problems with. I couldn't use certain gear that I brought. I couldn't use certain devices that I wanted to use. And it aggravated me to the point where it's like, I just dropped out early. But I still got that experience. And I know for a fact that the guys I've been playing with the last 5 to 8 years around here never have had any kind of milsim experience like what East Wind offers. I'm one of the few that's in the state that's probably even been to an East Wind, much less anything remotely close to it. The stuff that like Milsim West and AMS and other venues are doing out there are nothing. They are BB flinging fest that are dressed up as milsim. The East Wind was absolutely milsim, and BB flinging fest inside that milsim environment was a added in thing, not entirely centered around it. So there is a difference, and I'm thinking, Dragon, why don't you do this? Well, I'm gonna try. Okay, I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag. I'm gonna try. Week-long event, somewhere roughly around the same time of year, either early April or late March of next year. I'm going to put this on the table. Now, I will say up front, the cost for players is going to be high. First and foremost, it's a week-long event. Second of all, insurance is going to cost me out the yin-yang just for a temporary 1 week event being run. Second of all, I got to rent the place out for an entire week. So there is going to be a phenomenal high cost margin on that. Is it going to be worth the effort? You can put your trust in me, which obviously not very many people do, or I would try to invite everybody to take what you think that you know about airsoft and airsoft milsim. Take that glass half full type of thing, dump it out, sit it down there and be like, I am ready for something else to fill this experience. And once you get a hold of it, if it's successful, I'll do it again next year. If it's not successful, of course, I'll just 86 it. I am throwing the bait out in the water here, and it is up to the players to bite, to latch on, and take a hold of it and want to do it. If there's nothing there to offer to begin with, then nobody can have the opportunity to bite. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm going to try to provide the way, whether it is successful or not. We'll see how it goes. If it is successful, though, it'll be better next year. Now, I will say that the next thing is, the next umbrella over my head on that aspect is I cannot dress it up as well as what Eastwind did. I don't have the resources. I don't, even within a year's time, I won't have enough time to plan, execute, and outfit it to where it's like phenomenally visually great. But there will be some, and if it's successful this year, the next year will be even better and be more visually appealing. Now, a portion of what helped Eastwind is a lot of the players brought a lot of the visual aspects into it. There were guys that brought World War II recommissioned vehicles in. They brought tents. They brought a lot to the table just from the player's perspective that Eastwind didn't provide. Now, Eastwind did provide a whole lot because they started out in this area. But I also don't want to do an early Cold War era event. I am going to 86 that whatsoever. I am not going to copy Eastwind completely or whatever. And if anybody's wondering, the guys they don't run Eastwind anymore. A lot of factors involved in that, but mostly because things changed over time and they decided to stop while they were ahead. But on their little page there's like, we welcome anybody to take what we've done with Eastwind, learn from it, and do your own thing. And hey, that's just right up my alley because I've been there and I remember the aggravations and things that didn't work, so I think I can fix those too. Hey, that's a big thing. Now, while I'm going to focus on sniper ops and stuff all year long, I do want that big event, that one big thing, that one sucker that changes everything for everybody across the board. Not just sniper players, not just everything. And I'm getting a little excited about it because I see the possibilities with it being immaculately huge. And I don't think that hopefully this won't just reach the guys in our state, but draw in some out-of-state players as well. Very, very excited about it. Very, very, very much within the realms of possibilities here. And I would modernize it. I would make it its own unique event structure. I would not base it off early Cold War era. That worked for Eastwind guys. It doesn't work for everybody. I got different stuff in mind. Sniping players, bolt action or DMR. I am definitely going to include sniper-specific missions and play for your role. As well as, if you're an infantry guy, you're going to have a specific mission-based role system. If you're an LMG guy, you're going to have a specific means of operation within your squads, your platoons, your command structure to run that device. Medic system is going to be fairly simple, also something no one's really used to. It worked really well out there in Eastwind. That was one thing I did like about it. Because now you're not just going to deal with, needing a buddy to come up to medic you or whatever. There is no point in even trying to medic you if you didn't have armor to begin with. If you're unarmored, like, okay, like in the East Wind, you had to have an actual armored vest, not just a plate carrier with some plates, or look like plate carrier with some plates in it. But they had to have the helmet, they had to have the body armor on, and then they could get medic. Anybody else sat there for their 5-minute bleed out. And also, too, even if you had that stuff and you were getting medic or whatever, you were still in a 5-minute bleed out category. All right, so the guys could be sitting there working on you, not get to finish tying your medic knots. Time's up. You have to go respawn anyways. A very, very different dynamic and a way, way more challenging aspect to it. And if y'all hadn't grasped a hold of this concept yet, Dragon likes a challenge. I don't like stuff that comes easy. I don't like things, just being led by the nose, handed to people. The scope of this is going to be large. I will need some help. There will be embedded COs, embedded trustees, I should say, to make sure that the different areas, different factions, different things are getting done. Because I couldn't be everywhere at once. A week-long event, I got to find some time to sleep and make sure the event runs. I wouldn't be playing in said event. I would be running said event and making sure everything went accordingly and safely for everybody involved. And yeah, I don't know anything else at this point in time. Is just a base idea, but I think I'm going to shoot for it. I think I'm going to go for it. Everybody wants something more milsim. Everybody wants something that they can use their AEGs, their HPA devices, their LMGs, their pistols, their sidearms, their shotguns, their grenade launchers, their Nerf rocket launchers, their everything in it, included in there. So Dragon is going to do at least one thing, try to anyways, one major thing for everybody under the ACS thing there. And it will be, I'm warning you guys, it will be high cost. And the type of play and environment, that long length of time and everything might not be for everybody. But we'll never know unless we try it. So I'm going to shoot for it. Put it on your calendars already and start saving your bucks for it, because it cost me, it's going to cost everybody else. There's no way I can get around that. So that being said, this is Dragon, and I will catch you guys next time.